answer all your questions about disability benefits. We'll get to that right after this.
I want to be your disability rep.
And we're back. We're just talking about our weekends. So,
We were.
Yeah, we were. So what did you do? I told you we had a men's conference at church. But,
Well, you know, my father had passed, my mother had the stroke, we've been cleaning out their house, and we found the floor of the barn this weekend.
Oh, congratulations. That's a big milestone for
Yeah.
those projects. Yeah,
Moved
finally
lots
getting
of-
down to the floor.
Yeah, moved lots of heavy things this
Oh
weekend.
boy,
so.
yeah. Well, that's good. Did you injure yourself? Are you going to need disability now or
No,
anything?
no,
Okay.
we managed to survive. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. What do you got for us today?
Well, today I was going to talk a little bit about the folks that have very obvious disabilities, and they may wonder why it is that you'd hire a representative.
Right, yeah.
If you have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, for example, why would you hire a representative? And I think the reason for this is that Social Security has both a compassionate allowance list, and they also have a Terry list for terminal illness cases. And making sure that you get into one of those two workflows saves lots of time on these cases.
So those are both kind of special paths through the process?
Fast tracks. Yeah,
fast tracks.
They sure are. Unfortunately, a lot of times Social Security doesn't catch them on their own. You have to have somebody to point those things out. And also, unfortunately, a lot of times the medical records are confusing to the folks over at Social Security. And so if they don't catch that, you don't get put in the right work queue. And unfortunately, when we're talking to folks that sometimes don't have months to live, months are very important to shave off of that process.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes a lot of sense. So basically then, when they get to you, what's the criteria that you're looking for as far as going forward and handling their case?
Yeah, so the compassionate allowance list is huge. There's lots of things on it, and if you ever go look at that list, honestly, most of those conditions you've never heard of. But you will find a lot of the non-Hodgkin's will appear there, Huntington's disease will appear there, and a lot of our cancers, pancreatic, liver cancer, esophageal cancer, those things will fall in there as well. You'll see like liposarcoma, which is a development of large masses, usually on the limbs, that are very rapid or very fast moving. You'll see those things on the list as well. Maple syrup, urine disease appears on that list too, and people oftentimes look at that and think, what on earth is this?
Yeah, I would be a little taken aback by such a thing.
But it's a condition where the body doesn't process amino acids correctly.
I see.
And it's characterized by infants a lot of times. It's an early diagnosis, but their urine is really, really sweet smelling. So it's an interesting name for a diagnosis.
It really is, yeah.
But you'll see those things that pop up in the records. And so when I get those cases, I'm obviously always looking for those conditions.
Yeah. Now, a lot of those conditions that you talked about, to me, that come to mind as they more commonly afflict perhaps older folks that may be approaching or at or past retirement age. How does that impact the disability process? Yeah,
not necessarily. I mean, these diagnoses hit people earlier in life too. You're right, some of them are more characterized by older folks. But full retirement age is 67 at this point.
Right.
And you'll see a lot of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnoses in the late 50s.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty of room for disability there.
Well, and some of us will work till we drop anyway, so we don't ever retire. Doesn't really matter at that point. So.
And then of course there's a terminal illness list as well, and that's a super fast track. Yeah. I've seen clients before, I've picked up cases when they were midstream already get the process started, be several months in, can't understand why they weren't approved, and it was just simply because Social Security didn't get them in the terminal illness
Didn't get them in the right track. So hiring somebody that knows who to talk to, who to call, how to say the words right is probably really important there.
It is, and just like any other part of Social Security disability, having somebody who can advocate for you to find those markers in the records, to point those things out, make sure that you get the benefit of every aspect of your condition is just really important.
Yeah.
Having somebody to push you through the system is a whole lot different than letting you just kind of flow through the system on your own.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, when people lose their ability to work, they lose their ability to pay their bills, and time becomes very, very, very important.
And there's no fee to get started with you, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You can give me a call, set up a time, you can come in, we can talk over the phone, whatever works best for you. I'm in the office most any work day. And I carve out time every day for new clients. And so I've always got a couple hours that we can set aside, sit down and talk about what's going on, make sure we identify all the aspects of your condition and start getting this thing going. In fact, something I'll do a lot of times when I have people come in that have these type of conditions, we will go ahead and just file the application in the office. I put in preliminary thoughts. It's kind of a miniature brief. I don't have medical records really to go with it, but obviously if we can get everybody on that right path of thinking from the very beginning, it helps keep us on that right track throughout the whole process.
Sounds good. If folks want to get a hold of you, give them your phone number or website.
You can call the Resource Center at the 417-882-1800. UR Disability Rep, urdisabilityrep.com is the website. Lots of tips, tricks. This video will end up there as well.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Will.
Yep.
I want to be your disability rep.